How's it going, everybody? My name is Matthew Wyatt, and this is going to be my presentation on flight management systems. For this discussion board post, we were supposed to pick an avionics system of our choice, so I went ahead and went with a flight management system since it's something all of us can learn something about, we will probably use in our near future. So we'll go ahead and get started. So for for the flight management system, it's better known as the FMS, which is most of us refer to it as most pilots. Um, it is a collection of components that give pilots performance, navigational, and aircraft system data prior to the engine start all the way to shutdown. And all of this data gives pilots help with navigation, finding the best route, the best performance settings for the aircraft, and pretty much the most efficient flight plan for the aircraft to help save some money for the airlines. Okay, so what are the functions of a flight management system? Randy Walters had a nice chapter in the Avionics Handbook regarding flight management systems, and there are 5 fundamental functions to the flight management systems that he stated. The navigational function, responsible for determining the best estimate of the current state of the aircraft. The flight planning function, which allows the crew to establish a specific routing for the aircraft. The trajectory prediction function, which is responsible for the computing and predicted aircraft profile along the entire specified routing. The performance function provides the crew with aircraft unique performance information such as takeoff speeds, altitude capability, and profile optimization advisories. And also the guidance functions, responsible for producing commands to guide the aircraft along both the lateral and vertical computed profiles. So there's a lot that flight management systems can do. Definitely a very useful tool to pilots to reduce the cockpit workload. What are the components of a flight management system? So a flight management system consists of 4 main components, and that would be the flight management computer, which is the little display that we are all very aware of in the cockpit. That's the one we see the most. We would refer to as the FMS. Then it would be the automatic flight control or automatic flight guidance system, sometimes referred to as AFCS or AFGS, the aircraft navigational system, and the electronic flight instrument system, which many of us refer to as the EFIS. The workflow of a flight management system. So this workflow chart that I saw, which was on flightmechanic.com, it pretty much put all of those components together and kind of made a workflow to see how it gets from the actual aircraft parts and components all the way to the flight crew. So as you can see, we have all of our different instruments and components that go through the data buses and come through our control panels, our flight management computer, and everything else, and comes through the controls and indicators all the way up to the flight crew. What is the reason, or what was the reason rather, for inventing the flight management system? Well, for many years before the flight management system, in air crews, there were a flight engineer and as well as a navigator. So with the flight management system, it relieves the need for a navigator as well as a flight engineer to calculate aircraft performance and navigational data. And since the flight management system is all computerized and very quick, since there's no delay and no human error, it can complete tasks of both of those crew members faster with less error, which makes it safer for airlines. Who can use the flight management system? So the pilot in command as well as the second pilot in command, they both have their own flight management computer that are both in sync. So as one inputs something, the other flight management computer inputs it as well, so that both pilots are up to date with all of the inputs that they've put in throughout the flight. So this allows the pilots to split the workload with programming throughout the flight and not have to enter all the information on both computers. Does the flight management system save its operators money? The airlines are most common operators with the FMS, and we definitely know how much the airlines love to save money. So they take great advantage of using the FMS, and this really helps the pilots maximize the performance and efficiency of the aircraft so that the airlines can save money and the flight can be flown a lot faster since you have all this wonderful data to use. The leading flight management systems in the industry. So I was doing a little research trying to find what the newest technology was for flight management systems, and what I could find was General Electric with their new True Course. So General Electric, or better known as GE, they have developed an advanced flight management system by the name of True Course, which is built in modular components, making it easy to update and adapt to changes in future systems without having to buy new components. So they're all little, not exchangeable, but updatable module components that are able to be pulled out, updated, and reinserted without having to buy new hardware, which makes this a lot cheaper for airlines. And the cost of the operation with this system is much less expensive than prior systems, so it's saving airlines more money, which is something we all know they want. According to GE's True Course Flight Management System presentation, when the True Course FMS is integrated with GE engines, it can access engine data that reveals performance differences between engines. With this data, it can calculate an optimized flight control and performance profile for that aircraft. This allows the aircraft to achieve lower emissions as well as best possible fuel consumption while minimizing cockpit workload. So if you're able to get this new True Course flight management system with an aircraft that's equipped with GE engines, you're pretty much going to be a top of the line avionics and have the best flight management system you could really be offered. And this is going to help you fly the route the fastest, the most efficient, and with the best performance at all times. I thought this was really cool. GE's been coming out with a lot of new stuff, and this one seemed like it was going to be an industry leader, is what they stated. But I thought it would be there as well. Alrighty. Thank you for the presentation, or thank you for watching the presentation, rather. This is everything I put together. I have some references. Thank you very much for watching.